In this video, I'm going to show you how you can mine crypto in the cloud for free. Well, free for a while anyway. It's not financial advice, it's more about understanding the basics of crypto and how you can mine a popular crypto coin, which is called Monero, or XMR is the code. So why are we going to mine crypto, and what is crypto mining all about? If you already know this stuff, you can skip ahead, but if you don't, let's talk about it for a little while, and about Monero and why we're not going to be mining popular crypto coins like Bitcoin. Basically, these coins are just too hard to mine. Crypto mining is all about supporting the blockchain, but what does that really mean? One of the really cool things about cryptocurrency is that I can send money to you without involving a bank. With crypto, I can send Bitcoin and it doesn't have to involve anyone. Normally a bank would have to be used to keep track of transactions, but with crypto, nope, no bank, no anyone. But the question is, who keeps track of all these transactions? Well, basically everyone. Everyone involved with the cryptocurrency keeps track of it. It is decentralized, you've probably heard that term. So basically all of us keep track of the transactions with the currency, and we write it down and we write this transaction to the blockchain. When a transaction happens, the blockchain will generate a hash. Think of it like an identifier, and it will join together with a bunch of other transactions that are created all around the same time, and these will go into a block. And then we'll chain this block to another block. Get it? It is the blockchain. And think about it for a second. The blockchain, the ledger for this cryptocurrency, contains every single transaction ever for that particular cryptocurrency. You can look at that ledger right now and you can see every single transaction since the first ever transaction. So that's where the miners come in. The miners make sure the blockchain is safe, and that's how we support the blockchain. We secure it. To add new blocks to the blockchain is very hard. To be able to add a block to the blockchain, you have to have an enormous amount of computing power, and you also have to be fast, and you also have to be kind of lucky. If I send you a Bitcoin, another transaction is advertised out to the Bitcoin network, to the Bitcoin nodes to be verified, and once verified, it will be placed in a pool. This pool is like a waiting room or a holding area. These transactions are waiting to be written to the blockchain and be recorded, but what exactly are they waiting on? Well, they're waiting on us. They're waiting for the miners. It's the miners' job to go out there and get these transactions and put them inside a block and write it to the blockchain. Now, this is easier said than done, and here's what we have to do though. Written into the blockchain, the program is a puzzle, a cryptographic hash puzzle. If we, the crypto miner, can solve the next cryptographic hash puzzle, if we can figure it out faster than anyone else, we get the honors of adding the next block to the blockchain. We head out to the transaction waiting area pool. We get some of these transactions that have been waiting there patiently to get them inside the block, and we add them to the blockchain. And guess what? Yep, we get rewarded handsomely for our efforts. If you get to add a block to the blockchain in Bitcoin, you're rewarded currently at around 6.25 Bitcoin, which equates to $200,000 US at the time of recording this video. Now, there are lots of other people competing to do this work. There are thousands of other people trying to solve the same puzzle, and there's only one right answer, and everyone is competing for it. How do you solve this problem? It's a very complex mathematical problem. The cryptographic puzzle is just a big, complex maths puzzle, and you solve it with brute force, meaning a computing processor is just going to keep throwing up potential answers and seeing if it solves the puzzle. Like 3, nope, 4, nope, 5, no, 6, no. I think you get it, right? And the first one to solve the problem with the correct answer wins. Now, there's a lot more that goes into this, and I'm not going to cover it. In order to add a block to the blockchain and get that reward, you have to solve a really hard maths problem, and you have to be the quickest and you have to be the fastest. And that is why with a basic PC with an integrated graphics card, it is just too hard to mine Bitcoin or Ether. or any of the big name cryptocurrencies. However, we can mine Monero because for a bunch of reasons, Monero blockchain was designed to be mined by anyone, not just the expensive optimized machines for Bitcoin and the other big coins. Monero uses the SHA-256 algorithm, and the goal of Monero is for everyone to be able to mine it. Actually, by design, Monero prevents the big miners from being able to mine it. Think of it like a coin for the little guy. And just an FYI, the entire crypto mining process that we've just discussed is called proof of work. Now, with the high-level explanation of crypto mining out of the road, let's go and mine some Monero. And this doesn't take too long. We should be up and running in 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, first step is we head to the Linode website. If you use the link in the description, you're going to get $100 US credit for your account just to kick things off. And this is why I say you can really start mining crypto for free, and that should last you quite a while. So hit the link, you get to here, sign up using your preferred method. I'm sure you know the drill. It'll ask you for a few details, and then you will hit a page that looks like this. However, you probably won't have any servers. It'll be blank. You can see I've already got a couple of servers here, and they've got some different configurations, and I will show you the difference in the configuration, what that means for your mining and your mining rate a little bit later in the video. What I can say is Elon and Jeff, wouldn't be surprised, they actually perform a bit better than Mark and Adam. Anyway, let's create another server and we will build another mining rig. First step is you head up here to Linode, and if you're not already on that page, and then hit create. We'll go to Linode. What you want to do is select Debian 11. If it's not already selected, just pick it from the drop down list. The next step is we just head down and pick our location. I'll select Sydney. Next, I'm going to go for a dedicated CPU. I'm just going to go with this one here. Because you're running on a credit, and if you're just sort of playing around, it's not a bad option because it's your own dedicated server as opposed to a shared. Why that's sort of important is once you start this mining rig up, it's going to run the CPU at basically 100% all the time. So not a great idea to be on a shared CPU. Anyway, going down here, we can give it a label. I'm going to call it read, and we won't worry about that. The password, I've already got one in there. We're not going to worry about anything else. So now we're just going to hit the create Linode. Okay, so you can see that Linode is now provisioning this server for us, and it's got all our details. We're just going to wait a little bit for this to go green for us, and then we'll move on. Okay, so our server is up and running. You can see here it's indicated by the green dot and it says running, so that is all good. The next step is we hit launch the Lish console. So we'll just click that. Now you should see a console. Okay, so we've got our terminal. We're at the login screen here. So we just type in the root command, and it's going to ask for the password. Now the password is what we set when we created this server. This server instance was read, and I've just got the password here, and I'm just going to plug this in, and then hopefully we should be in. Okay, we'll try that. And now we're in. So now that we're into the server, this is a pretty quick process. We're just going to put in a few commands here to put in the prerequisites for our rig. Then we're going to go and get the rig, and then we're going to set the command to get that rig activated. I'm going to copy and paste these in, and I will leave the access to all of these commands down in the description, and you can either copy them or you can just take them straight from the screen, what you get here. So let's get into it. The first command is just to update the system and make sure everything is updated before we start applying any of the rig packages. Okay, so that hasn't taken very long. That's all good. Now we'll move on to the next one. So this next command here that I've just put in, it is going to go and put in all the prerequisites we need to install the XM rig miner. So we'll just run this. It might take a little bit. Okay, so it stopped us here and said it's going to take up a certain amount of disk space. we're just going to hit yes there, and capitals are very important in Linux if you haven't used it before, so we'll just do the capital Y, and you can see it's gone off and got all these prerequisites. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Okay, we're just about done, and there you go, we're done. So the next step is we're going to get a copy of the XMRig from Git. So we'll just paste this in here, and you can see we're going to clone this directory from Git. So we just hit enter on that, and it will do its thing. This is not going to take very long. Okay, so that is done. Next, we're just going to change directory into the XMRig directory. So we'll just type in cd XMRig, and now we're going to make a new directory called build. So we'll go mkdir build, and then we'll move into the build directory, cd build. Okay, and then we're going to copy another command. Okay, so it's just cmake with space and 2 full stops, and it's going to go and do its thing. Okay, now the next one is basically the end of it, and we are going to get this miner all prepared, and the way we do that, we just type in make, and you might want to go off and do something because this can take a little while, and you can see the progress running down the side. So let's just hit enter on that and see what happens. Okay, so you can see here that the install has complete, there's no errors, we are all good to go. So that's it, we're done. We have installed our mining rig, and the command line, it's just waiting for that final instruction to start mining and start getting that coin. What we do need though, before we can put that command line in, is we need to get a crypto wallet from Monero, so that we can send all that nice coin to our own wallet that we can then convert into whatever we want to convert it to. So let's jump over to the Get Monero site and grab a wallet, and then we'll come back and execute the command and send that coin to the wallet that we nominate. Okay, so now we're over on the Monero site where we can grab a wallet. I'll put a link in the description. It's basically getmonero.org. When you get here, you can hit downloads, and then we can hit this Monero GUI wallet. That's all we want. And when you scroll down, you'll see the operating systems. Select your operating system of choice, and it will download the executable. Just one thing to be aware of while we're on this page is this antivirus. If you do find that your antivirus quarantines it, just make an exception. Sometimes some antivirus do pick this up as malware. Be assured, if it's coming from this site, it is safe. So I'm going to download the Linux executable, and let's set that up and get our wallet. Okay, so once you've got the package downloaded, extract it, hit the Monero wallet app, and this will open up. So from here, we just hit continue. You want the simple mode, you want to accept their privacy, whatever, next, and then you hit create a new wallet. And once you've done that, you will then have your wallet set up, and it's going to provide your key. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so now you're in your wallet. Just head down to the settings tab and just take a note of your mnemonic seed. Now this is how you can access your account should you lose the password, something happens. So it's really important to take a copy of it, go and paste that in a text file and save it somewhere really safe. Now the only other thing we need here, and actually it's the last thing we need to kick off our miner, is our primary address. So we're just going to copy this, and now we're going to head back to our Linux terminal and complete the last step. Now just before we head back over the terminal, I just wanted to show you one more thing, and this is going to come up in the last command. So I'm on a web page here called Monero Stream, and it is basically allows you to join a pool. And for a small miners just running on a CPU, you basically haven't got any chance of winning a block or solving that cryptographic puzzle. So what we do is we join with a pool of miners. The thing that's important here for getting our miner going is this command here, which is golf.moneroocean.stream, and this port here, which is 10128, and we're going to put this into our command along with our wallet address and a few other things, and we're going to be up and running. Just a bit of an FYI, when you hit the link to get all the commands that I've used in our terminal, it'll bring you to a page that looks like this, and you can see all the commands that I've used. Just come in here and copy them. Okay. Alright, so now we're back at the terminal. We have our wallet address. We also have selected the pool we want to use, and we're going to give our worker a name, and I'll name it the same as the server, which was read. So I'm going to paste this command. It is quite a long command, and I'll take you through it. So this first command here is saying fire up the rig. Then we've got a -o, and then you'll see we've got this command here where we join the pool, which is the golf.moneroocean.stream, and then we've got a -u, and next we have our wallet address here that we just created on the simple wallet, and then this -p is going to give our worker a name. Now that's it. As soon as I press enter, our miner is going to fire up. So let's do that and see what happens. And there you go, our miner is up and running, and you can see that there's a few commands that we can use here. So H will give our hash rate, P for pause, R for resume, S for results, and C for our connection. So it's going to take just a little bit to start accepting jobs. Okay, so you can see our miner is now starting to fire up, and I've just pressed H here, and you can see the hash rate. So we've got 2 CPUs, and they're running at about 276 at the moment, a total of 555. So that's how many hashes per second it's processing. So every hash is an attempt at solving this complex cryptographic puzzle. And depending on how many CPUs you've got, really depends on how many hashes per second you can process, or your hash rate. So if we press S here, it's not giving us any results because it hasn't completed any jobs. If we hit H, we can see our hash rate, and very soon this miner is going to appear back on the Monero Ocean page, and we can put our wallet key in there, and we can actually see how much coin we are mining. So I'm going to leave this go for a little while, and then I'll come back. We can update this and then go and look at the Monero Ocean page and put our wallet address in there and just see how our miners have been going. So while our miners just getting up and going and accepting jobs and getting them verified and processed and all that type of thing, I thought I'd show you just one other really cool thing you can do with Linode. So now that we've been through the entire process of getting our server, getting our wallet, putting in all those commands in, there is a way that we can quickly duplicate our server and be up and running with a new server within just a matter of minutes. So if I go to read, who we just created, and just head down here, we can hit clone, and it's just going to say, do you want to clone read? And I go, yep. Everything else I'm going to leave exactly the same, except I'm going to call this Satoshi, and I will hit create Linode. Now this is going to take a little while, and then we will bring it online, and we only have to basically enter in a couple of commands, and this server will add an additional worker to our crypto mining of Monero. Okay, so our cloned server is now completed. You can see it's offline, so we're just going to power it on, and it'll ask if you want to power it up, and it's booting. Now we've got it running, we're just going to launch the console again. Okay, so I've just logged back into the terminal now, so we've just got to get back into the correct directory, and everything else will be there ready to go. So we just cd xmrig, and then change directory into the build one. Now all we have to do is paste the command line to fire up the rig and send the coin to our wallet, and we'll give it a new name. So I'm just going to paste that, and you can see here I've just named our worker, which is what we call them, Satoshi. Our new server, the one we cloned, was Satoshi. So I'm just going to hit that and fire up this server to be our next miner. Okay, that's going to take probably 5 or 10 minutes to come through. Okay, so we're at the last step here. We've just gone over to the MoneroOcean.stream site. You can see all our workers are here now. The one we've just cloned and activated, Satoshi, he's showing here as red. There's not enough data coming through yet to show the hash rate, but within 10 or 15 minutes that'll be there as well. You can see the different workers have different hash rates. So these were servers that we did with 2 CPUs, and Jeff, Elon, they had 4 CPUs. So Mark and Adam, a little bit slower, not exactly half, but around half the rate of the 4 CPUs. This is how you can monitor how much coin that you are mining. I should have mentioned here, just in this line here is where you paste your Monero wallet key, and that is what links your workers and also enables your payout. So this tells you how much you've mined to date. This is how much from what's been mined has been paid across to this wallet, and that's pretty much it. Now I should say, you know, it may not be profitable actually mining Monero. It does depend on the actual price and also on a bunch of other factors, but hopefully in this video it's shown you how you can actually mine cryptocurrency in the cloud, and with $100 US credit with Linode you can have a play around, maybe learn something, better understand how crypto works, and also you can mine other coins and you can do a whole bunch of other things with virtual private servers. So anyway, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.